One of the worst parts of trying to platinum Star Wars Jedi Survivor was grabbing all of the various collectibles, and by far the most BS set of collectibles were the PRIORITE Shards, of which you needed to collect all 100 of them found on several of the game's planets in order to trade them all for everything in Doma's shop on Kobu to unlock the SPLURGLE trophy. And I'm telling you right now, these shards are an absolute joke. I mean, just look at them. Tiny little things that don't always stand out that much, even though they're out in the open for the most part. So it's best to first do a series of side missions on JEDI in order to unlock an ability to see all the treasures on the map, which sounds great, but the maps mark the 3 different kinds of treasures with the same icon. So if you just want to go after the shards, you'll find yourself grabbing excess data cards and JEDI scrolls by accident. So while the map definitely helps you find these collectibles, there are some PRIORITE Shards that are just utterly bullshit and hidden in some really weird, random and obscure places, with 1 or 2 of them requiring some out-of-the-box thinking in order to collect. There's one in Kobo, for example, that's just really shite, as it's marked on the map at the Rambler's Reach outpost, but when you go to the exact spot in the stables that's shown on the map, there is nothing there, so you'll likely just think it's glitched. I mean, I sure as hell did, but in order to find this one, you actually need to tame and grab one of those nearby Neko creatures which you can ride, and most people online say that you need to find a brightly coloured Neko, such as a pink one, but for me it was a golden Neko that looked like a Chocobo from Final Fantasy. So once you have that creature, you then need to ride it into the stables and leave it in the location of the collectible that's marked on the map, and then you have to go to one of the meditation spots in order to rest up, and upon returning to the stables, that Neko you left there will have dug up the shard for you to grab. Now, what the fuck is that cryptic bullshit? I mean, who's going to think to do that? There are certain shards in the game that you can lift out of the ground anyway, so why can't you do that one? Why is that going to have some random thing attached to it? Bullshit. There's another one here that's shown on the map in this location, but you have no way of reaching it, as you can't call down the nearby lift to go up, because you have to be up there in order to get that shortcut. So I thought you'd have to fly on this nearby small bird that's near the big dinosaur creature, yet no matter what I did, I couldn't fly high enough to land up top, and to me that was the most obvious solution. But that didn't work, did it? Because that would make too much sense, wouldn't it? No, in order to get this one, you're supposed to go to a completely different area and ride on this giant bird who then just loads you into the location of that collectible. Again, what the fuck is this cryptic shite? It's just bullshit, because these 2 come out of nowhere and are just really random and awkward to find and don't line up with the rest of the 100 shards that you have to collect. You also get shards that are embedded into walls or hidden in random pots, which are also BS, because again, it's only a small handful that are like this, and without the icons on your map, you'd never really know they were there in the first place. However, the worst shards to collect were the ones that come from these little droids that you have to chase down and destroy to grab the shard, which is a really great way to make a collectible trophy worse, isn't it? Having the damn thing run away from you is just some Assassin's Creed level of bullshit right there. Ugh. Annoyingly, these droids are rather fast, and oftentimes you won't even realise it's one of those shards until you're right on top of it and the droid flees, at which point the chase may have already been lost, as if you're not quick enough, they burrow underground and escape. And if this happens, then, well, you're fucked, because you've missed your chance to get it now. And don't expect to simply run back to where it started from and try again, as it doesn't actually come back. Nope, the only way to get this and try again is to rest at a meditation spot, which means even more wasted time backtracking to a meditation spot to then backtrack to where that collectible is and try to get the damn thing again. The whole experience was just really shit. But honestly, the most bullshit part came on my 100th shard, the final one I needed, which wasn't showing up on any map on any planet. So naturally, I thought it glitched, and I went to check online to find a comment on a random video about these collectibles saying to check a specific location, as the icon on the map only appears when you are in that exact area. So, thinking it probably wasn't going to work, but it was worth a shot, I went there, and what do you know, up popped the icon. Utter shit. One random collectible that's glitched on the map and won't show up until you're actually in that specific room. Look, there it is on the wall, and I have to do some bullshit whirlwind round to try and grab it. Ugh, what a load of shite. And you know what? Worse still, the stuff you buy from the shop is just crappy cosmetic stuff anyway, that you're probably not even going to use. So that is why SPLURGLE is that other bullshit Jedi Survivor trophy. Thank you very much for watching. See you in the next one.
Looks good to me. All sales fine.